do this. Let's go. We'll
Oh,
just
there we go.
oh,
Big Joker knows what's up.
let's go. We're
4
live.
a.m.
We got people here. Let's see. Let's do the sharing. It's the Twitters real quick. Hello, hello. We are Shades of Blue. I'm Crunk Chocolate. Tom Bomb is below, and to my right. Yes, my right, my personal right, whatever it is for you. I have Michael of Perth de la Prem. How are you, Michael?
I'm good. I'm feeling good about the match, especially seeing the starting lineup. It's probably what I would have asked for, I think, as well. So pretty confident going into it, I think.
Yeah, and we let's not even get that far ahead of it. Let's just got in the couple minutes of pre-pod. Um, I said I was going to mention it again. We are. I mean, if you couldn't hear the accent of Michael's, so Crunk Chocolate and Tom and we are here in the U.S. So we are in the morning. We are watching a match that is happening in England midday, and Michael in Perth. Hey-o, Tarek. And Tarek, he's also in the U.S. He's just an hour ahead of me. He's actually the one with the most morning behind him. But Michael, he's in Perth. It's nighttime there. What time is it there right now?
Uh, it's just gone after 8 o'clock at night. So I've had my day, I've had my dinner, done everything. It's crazy. I can't believe that you guys are just starting your day. It's weird. It's weird.
It is a very interesting feeling. Tarek, how you feeling, homie?
I'm doing okay. I got up in time and then I clicked the wrong link. So I went to the women's game for tomorrow and it's like, oh, it starts in a day. I'm like, there's too many numbers in there that when it's supposed to start. So yeah, I had to get out of there and come over here. So outside of being able to follow directions and click the right link, I'm doing okay. Hey, what's up, Perth?
It's good, man. Yeah, it's nearly Sunday here, so no, no, I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the three of us are probably like, ooh, where can I get some coffee? And Michael, you're probably like, I'm about to pound a beer before this match. Like, we're probably
Pretty
in
much.
very different spaces on that.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly.
This is a giant mason jar of cold brew.
Ooh, Can
So
we talk? Can we talk about the
Ooh.
blackness of beverage in a mason jar real quick? Because that is everything. Like, I love
and
that.
and it's just
Look at that.
black cold brew. Oh,
I
but
almost reached out to Ariel and said, "Hey, we need to hook up with Celsius because need something to keep everybody up and
Man,
moving and going."
if they didn't have to pay Flo Rida all that money, they would have already paid her some
Right.
money to be an endorser.
shout outs to Celsius.
She's probably bringing in just as many people.
One at a time. Everybody in the world is going to be drinking Celsius energy drinks here in a minute. This is Man City fan.
oh, oh man. So let me get the lineups pulled up. One, boop, boop. Normally a little bit more prepared, but it's 6 a.m. right now, so you can suck it. So I'm a little delirious. I guess I wouldn't be as clean as I would normally. All right, here's the lineup. We all know it. We probably already given our thoughts to ourselves a million and one times. We have Ederson, Walker, Akanji, Diaz, Ake. He's going back four. That's traditional of him, I guess. Rodrigo, De Bruyne, Gundo, Foden, Grealish, and Halan. Let's start with our guest, Michael. What's your thoughts? How are you feeling about the lineup?
Yeah, so like I said at the start, I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, the only change, and it's maybe more just sentimental if anything else, is probably maybe Laporte. I've said this before. I think I said this to you a few weeks ago in just like on Twitter. Maybe just for the build up, but look, I mean, there's a reason why Akanji's playing and he's done really well. And I'm just glad to see Foden playing as well. I think he's been in really good form, and I think the best thing for him now is just to keep playing because I think as much as I love Mahrez, I think he just provides something a little bit different, a little bit more direct. And I think he'll link up well with Haaland and Grealish as well. And I think every time they've played together, it's generally been a pretty positive result. I know the Forest game's probably a bit of an outlier there, but couldn't be happier. And I'd probably go as far to say it's probably our strongest lineup right now, except for maybe Stones in there as well. So pretty good.
Tarek or Tom, either one. Sorry.
I think for me, we're in the part of the season where we're starting to get those reverse fixtures again. So you're starting to see like the lessons that managers learn from each other, like from their previous matches. So I think that like when you see that back four and you don't see Rico in the lineup, you kind of like, oh, like Pep's not going to invert either one of his midfielders, or maybe he is going to invert Walker, which is really scary. But St. Maximin's not starting, I guess, so that's not necessarily like pressing. So I think that like maybe we learned our lesson from when we went to St. James Park, and we're gonna stay in that back four. I think that will make build up interesting because we won't necessarily have that overpowering number in the midfield, but it will have the like defensive structure that it's not necessarily we're gonna have to revert back to 3-4-3-4 based off of possession, especially with a team that likes to get up and down, that likes to play on the counter. So I mean, we remember how wild that game against Newcastle was like when we played them. So I mean, they haven't been in nearly as good a form since we played them, because that was very early in the season. That's when they were doing great, and everybody thought that they were definitely going top four. But I'm very encouraged about the lineup as a whole.
Yeah, I would say the lineup. I feel like he got it, and again, it's hard to tell Pep that he got it straight on. But I'm gonna do it this morning anyway. I feel like he got it right. To the point though, yeah, I would love to see Laporte on the left side, but he's just coming back from injury. Like I would love to see Stones, again, just coming back from injury. So I think those two, I would love to see. But all in all, I think this is the right lineup. The only question I would have from what's out there would be Gundo versus Bernardo. I think because we're not going to invert, I think you need maybe that extra body. What's good?
What's up, boys? Keep going.
Charlie. No, so I mean, I think that would be, just that all action that Bernardo brings, maybe there. But to Tom's point, being in that four back again, hopefully helps to cut out some of the counter that we got hit with so devastatingly in the early matchup. So again, seeing Anthony Gordon versus St. Maximin, we'll see what that looks like. I think that was kind of a X factor, trying to change it up to throw us off a little bit, but we'll see. I think when both players are at their peak, I think St. Maximin's a better player personally, or at least a more dynamic player. And so I think that makes them easier to guard from that sense. So I'm excited about it, looking forward to it, and I expect to win.
Well, perfect timing, Sharpie. No one wants to hear me talk. They hear me enough in the episodes. Where? First off, Sharpie, where are you right now? What are you up to?
I am in a small town, Wendell, North Carolina, which is right outside of Raleigh, suburb of Raleigh, North Carolina. About an hour and a half away from Chapel Hill, where I'll be tonight to see my Tar Heels take on Duke. So here for a quick 24 hours. But let's talk some footy, man. This lineup, I heard y'all talking about it. It feels perfect to me. I don't have any gripes. I think we have the flexibility we need. If we want to go 3-2 build up, if we want to go straight back four, the front three is perfect. I think Pep now is seeing that if you put Foden on either side, which Riyad or Jack, you're going to have explosion. and you have that pace to get behind and the control. So you get the best of both worlds. So I'm really excited. This is my first time seeing the Newcastle lineup, and it's pretty much what you expect from them. They don't rotate a lot. I think Anthony Gordon getting the start is a little bit of a surprise, but I think that Kyle Walker can take care of that.
Yeah, and Anthony Gordon, it's good on him that he's getting a go through Newcastle. Like I was wondering if he was gonna have to have some kind of transition period, but he kind of has hit the ground running, and is needed because he needed to play more at Everton consistently, and Newcastle needs people. Like, it's not the fact that they're not, changing up the people, their players. They just can't. They don't really have the drop in quality is significant, I feel. And then I also think they have an injury bug. So I don't want to get attacked by some random Newcastle fans because I don't know everything about you guys at this moment, because I won't, and I don't care because you're not Man City. So relax. Let's see. Adam, he said Foden can play left and right. Mahrez is right. Grealish is left. Foden provides that wild card, which I do like that. Pep, in his little structured style, I feel like he needs to figure out how to add that chaos in there. And so with Kevin roaming and Phil possibly roaming, and Alvarez is the same thing because he can, play wherever. Adam also said, I'm worried that St. Maximin will turn into a super sub. He's such a beast of a player, an unoiled Traore.
That's a great phrase. That should be on his Twitter bio. I'm the unoiled Traore. I like
the unoiled Traore. God dang.
Slightly moisturized, not oiled down like I'm in a different. Traore looks like he's in a different type of production. You need a warning for when he comes out.
Yes.
You might need to be 17 years older to see this. This is not for children.
One is cocoa butter, the other is baby oil. Let's just
moisture versus wet. That's exactly what it is. Sheen versus just nice, good old lotion. Quality stuff.
Right.
So I guess Michael, let's say a pairing, a battle between two players, maybe a storyline within itself. What is something that you will be watching in this match that you potentially would be talking about in the podcast?
Yeah, well, probably I think it'd be interesting to see how Walker sets up, because we spoke. I think it was Tarek spoke before about how he was kind of inverted in that first game that we played them, and that caused us a lot of problems. And I don't necessarily think it was Walker's fault. Glad St. Maximin's not starting. His end product's probably not the best, but Gordon's still a very good player as well. And I'm surprised he starts. Probably the big surprise. So yeah, I think Walker's an interesting one because every time. At the start of the season, he was inverting, and I think Pep's kind of gone away from that now. Maybe he's realised that's just not him, and I think that's where Rico's probably a lot better at it, just kind of sitting next to Rodri. And then for me as well, I think De Bruyne is going to be an interesting one because I think Kevin De Bruyne is Kevin De Bruyne, but he's definitely been off. I feel like he's just centimeters away from that perfect pass, and it's been happening a lot, and you kind of see it when he's been off, injured for a while or whatever. But yeah, since the World Cup, he's probably not been quite the same. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he kind of just gets on with it today, and hopefully that front three can kind of help him out there as well.
Thank you, Tom. I just want to say real quick, I was looking at the lineup, and the midfield battle is going to be interesting because their midfield is huge, strong, physical. Those set pieces are going to be critical. They got 4 or 5 guys that are over 6'2", out there in the pitch with 3 out of 4 on the back line. You got Trippier whipping it in. Longstaff's huge. Joe Linton's a monster. Bruno, seeing him on the pitch, I thought he might be out. But yeah, can we control the midfield? Can Gundo, Kevin, and Rodri take care of business and keep possession? I know me and Crunk were talking about bets on Twitter. I don't think this is a high-scoring game. I don't think this is the match we saw in the first part of the season, right? I think both teams now are locked in defensively. City got their clean sheet, so I know Tarek loved that this week. And I think first goal wins the game. Like I don't see a scenario where we're gonna give up something and then Newcastle's gonna come back and win, or they're gonna score first and we're gonna storm back. I see like whoever gets that first lead just builds on it or / like keeps control.
I think what I'm looking for is Foden and Grealish versus Burn and Trippier. I know that he does like one of the things about flexibility that yes, we are so used to seeing Jack on the left, but Jack can play on the right and Phil can play on the left. So like I have a feeling that we might switch wingers a couple of times during the match. And I I really believe in Grealish's ability to draw fouls. So I have a feeling that we might get both or one of those fullbacks on a yellow and then just kind of press at that particular fullback going forward for the rest of the match.
I like the storyline of Jack Grealish, Miguel Almiron on the same side, matched up. They're both a little further up the field than what you would see each other, but there's going to be more than one occasion where those two are going to be on the ball next to each other. So I think this is an opportunity for Grealish to kind of stamp his presence on the match, kind of put that whole storyline and everything that goes with it behind him. So I definitely would like to see him impact today's game. Whether that's with a goal or an assist. I would like to see him we know he's going to draw fouls. He does that in his sleep. He doesn't even have to, he just wakes up drawing fouls. Even at 4:00 in the morning, he can draw fouls. But
kicking him right as he gets out of bed.
Yeah. Let's just see if he can, have that end product in today's match. So I'm looking forward to that.
All right. So any last thoughts before we get to the match predictions?
I'm just so happy for Phil being in a great run of form, honestly. And being able to have the opportunity to play. I'm not sure if he was away from the lineup. I don't know, attitude, injury, blah blah blah, body language. It's good to see him playing and playing well, and I would not be surprised to see him be the first goal scorer of the match.
Yep.
Cool.
I just read Adam's comment.
Right.
Building on that, I think I'm looking at the lineups on OneFootball, and they went from like that 3-2-4-1 to like now predicting like a straight up 4-2-3-1 with a double pivot with Rodri and Bruno to kind of support to again protect against the counter. But for me, it really just comes down to this Pep want to use his bench today. This is what happens, and every single time we've lost to drop points, he has had less than 2 subs. It's the common thread throughout the season. If he doesn't sub because he likes the way it looks and we're looking good and flabbergasting, like if he likes it, then he won't change it. But then it doesn't give us an advantage to get a goal if we need a goal. You have Riyad, you have Bernardo, you have Julian Alvarez, like you have the people. So I hope he uses it and like keeps the pressure up. Because Newcastle, we saw how they looked in the cup final. That was their peak. Man, you just destroyed them. So it's definitely, it's out there to get goals against them if we go for it.
I think not having another match this week makes him more likely to make subs because you don't have to feel the need to save anybody for the midweek match and make sure people are you have a fresh 11 or whatever. We got 7 days or whatever it is to get fresh. So to me, you put everything out there in attempt to win this match. And I think the match and where it's located in our season, what it could mean for us as we continue to move forward. We need to string together a series of wins, not just not losing, but we need to win matches. And so I think I think this is an important match. And so if I'm Pep, and I think Pep will do this, you do anything and everything to win this match. Everything's on the table. All the subs on the table. So.
Well, before I get my first score prediction, and then we'll go to our Perth guest. So I was getting groceries for, the week, whatever. And I have on a city scarf very similar to this one. And a guy walks past and he just goes, "City, huh?" And I go, yes. Like I like he probably thought I was like faking it because I was just like stuttering and stammering because I've never had this interaction. And I was just like, yeah. And he's like, "Early match, right?" And I was like, yes. And he's like, "Oh, what channel?" And I was like, "I think it's on USA." And we're like chatting, and he's like, "How do you think the season's going?" And I was like, and I like paused for a second, and he probably was like waiting for me because in my head I'm like, do I mention the pod? Do I mention the pod? I mentioned the pod, and right. And so he was like, "Oh, okay." And he actually like pulled out a piece of paper and wrote it down and was just like, "I'll check you guys out. Like, thanks for letting me know." And we talked about the match, and he mentioned the lead on Arsenal, and I was like, "Look at you! Look at this! Wow! Okay, good job, Quad Cities." So I found the second city fan. So shout outs to you if you ever get to us. It was great.
How many people do you need for a supporters group?
2.
There we go. New supporters group starting up.
MCFC Quad Cities.
When two of us are together,
Right.
there you go.
Preach.
All right. But Michael, let us know your score prediction.
Yeah, so I kind of agree with Charlie. I think the first goal is going to be pretty important. I think it's going to be a tight 2-1. Just looking at it, like I think Newcastle probably haven't been playing that well, and 4 wins in their last 12 games, and 3 of those have been in the Carabao Cup. But I suppose as well they've got Bruno Guimaraes back in there as well, and they haven't won not won a game without him. So I think he's really important, and their defense is really good. And I just think Pep will probably give them a lot of respect based off that early season form. So I think he's going to aim for that control. And yeah, just a tight 2-1. Unfortunately, I don't think Edison's going to get his 100th clean sheet this week. But yeah, as long as we get the win, that's all that matters.
So I know that I talk a lot about Manchester City women playing the first match of the weekend and kind of setting the tone for the weekend. I think Manchester City men have a similar opportunity in this instance. Charlie, you'd have to fact check me because I say a lot of stuff and I don't really remember what I say. But I think based off of I said 3-1. I'm thinking 2-0. Based off of this lineup, just kind of everything that we've been talking about. I think that like it will be tight. We'll probably score that second goal late in the match. But yeah, I have a feeling that since we're at home, we need to be able to like let the league know that we win at home and continue to put the pressure on Arsenal.
For me, yeah, I think I said on the pod 2-1, because if you listen to the last episode, you know that I said that we were allergic to clean sheets. And so, but I think, so I have this sense that Pep listens to the pod and he hears me when I'm complaining and I'm talking. He goes out and he executes on what it is that I'm saying. So I believe Pep has had the boys in the locker room and he's been getting on them and he said that he expects that clean sheet today. So I'm gonna change my 2-1 to a 2-0, and we're gonna keep the clean sheet.
I'm right with you, Terry. 2-0 feels good. I think the home crowd is something I forgot about. I forgot this is now at our place. And as we get to the year anniversary of Shades of Blue on the pod, this is when the title race started last year, right around this time in March. Us and Liverpool neck and neck. We know we got to win. We do this. It's not a game. We're not messing around. Look at Newcastle's form in the last 2 against top clubs, even though Liverpool's struggling a little bit. Liverpool got them 2-0. Man, you got them 2-0. I think we keep the trend going. And I think, you know what? I'm going to go up. I think we raise it. Let's embarrass these boys. Let's send them back to wherever they're from and wherever Newcastle is. I don't know. Who cares?
Let's
go back to Newcastle. 3-0 City. Let's go.
Let's go.
Haaland hat-trick.
Let's go.
What record? Who cares? That record is ours.
Let's
It's
do it.
very soon. Very, very soon. Let's break the record before you.
If that happens, I will be screaming entirely too loud and way too hyped, entirely too early in the morning.
Oh my gosh! And this house is full of people that are asleep. I think my aunt, uncle, and 4 cousins will all be like, "What the hell is that motherfucker doing downstairs?"
Holler. Right. Michael, thanks for joining us. Can you let people know how to find you and your podcast and what it's about?
Yeah, so we're a Premier League fan channel, so we do talk about City every now and again. Don't let it put you off, but I do it with 2 Liverpool fans. So
They're not
sometimes
bad.
yeah, I mean they're all right this season because they're a bit quieter.
Bet.
And you can find us pretty much on any podcast platform, Spotify, Apple Podcasts seems to be the places most people are listening to the podcast. So yeah, you can check us out there, or you can check us out on Twitter at Perth de la Prem.
Anybody else want to say any last things, some cheers or whatever shout outs?
Well, I'm about to have some coffee delivered to me, Michael. I hope that beer that you crack open here in a little bit is nice and cold.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure.
I'm running off 4 hours of sleep on a plane, but we're gonna make it. We're gonna push through for City, baby.
So Charlie, where are you? I know you're in North Carolina, but are you in a bar? Are you doing a supporters club meetup, or what's going on?
No, I'm currently just sitting in the coffee shop. Got my computer out. I'm about to go to my friend's house who lives like 5 minutes away. His family home, so I'll be able to catch the match on the TV. His mom, I'm hoping
we might have 2 goals by the time you get there.
You know, man. I got YouTube TV ready right here.
Okay. I don't want you to miss it.
No goal, no miss. I'm just happy I got to see you boys. Sorry for being late, but
Hey, one more thing. If you go to the game tonight and you wear your City colors, no one's gonna know they're the same. Just go ahead and wear a City jersey.
I was rushing and I forgot to pack my jersey, so I'm a little nervous. But I can't be that superstitious, so I'm too smart and logical to be like, my jersey is outcome of this game. So I'm just gonna think the boys do it. That's all.
You say it's so funny that you say that, Charlie, because I specifically remember packing the Balotelli jersey because I was like, "Oh shit, we drew them last time we played them, and we really need these points."
No, I'm only saying it out of like cognitive dissonance to not tell myself that I'm gonna mess up the thing. So it's just like that circle of logic that's terrible. But
I'm with you. I'm totally with you.
So,
Like,
sorry, Michael. This is what we do.
For everybody listening, if by chance this does not go well, the pod will be Charlie didn't pack his jersey.
Yeah, blame it on me. Say it's my fault. I believe that's perception.
I'm going to. I will never miss a chance to be a heel, be the bad guy. Boo somebody. It's
wait, Crump. Before we go, what's your prediction, Crump? What you got?
I was gonna do 2-1, but you guys actually got me kind of like pumped up. I'm going 3-0 too. I think City keeps it.
Sorry, let's do it.
But we're gonna get out of here because the match starts any moment now. We are Shades of Blue. Michael is Perth de la Prem. Come on, City, everybody.
Let's go.
Yeah, thank you.
Later.